it's our duty. We normally fix traffic signals there to make sure that we can manage traffic efficiently. So with the responsibility of the road agencies, the Department of Urban Roads, Department of Federal Roads, and Ghana Highway Authority.
Potholes.
Yes.
Whose responsibility to fix?
On our national highway network is our responsibility, but on urban network, there's responsibility of the Department of Urban Roads. So annually, we award contracts to contractors to fix the potholes. But there are times when some of the contractors fail to mobilize to work, so we need to terminate those contracts and get them re-awarded. So that's why it appears that maybe the potholes have surfaced and then we are not responding. But I can assure you that every year, contracts are awarded for patching of potholes. But sometimes some of the contractors don't mobilize immediately to go and deal with the potholes. But when we encounter a situation like that, we take measures to terminate that contract and get it re-awarded.
Road markings and road signs. Whose responsibility?
It's our responsibility on the national highway network.
Okay.
And so what we are packaging is the crash barriers, road signs, road light marking. So all these safety improvement features will be packaged and then awarded for implementation. And when we have problem with speed management, I think the community should first approach us, because by law, only Ghana Highway Authority can undertake any work on the highway.
On 21st August 2015, some journalists were involved in an accident while returning from a presidential assignment in the Volta regional capital of Ho. A Ghanaian Times reporter, Samuel Niama, lost his life. The rest of the crew sustained various degrees of injury. The showbiz industry also recorded similar incidents with celebrities including Taribu Nchaka. Ebony. Susie Williams. Kwame Usuansa. Among others met their ultimately death. Some members of the judiciary and security personnel also suffered similar fate.
Jumping red light causes accident because when the traffic light appears amber, the driver is in a hurry to move, whereas the other lane also has got the signal to move. So in the middle, there will be an accident. So the amber means stop. You don't have to rush to cross the amber. Now, driving whilst you are tired, fatigue, when fatigue sets in, you could see that you are tired, you are dozing off. You need to rest. At least every 4 hours, you need to rest, take a rest. Then you do some small walking, stretching your other distractions, also like playing with your radio, trying to tune your radio, and before you realize you are off, you skid off from the road. That could also cause accidents. Now, apart from that, also maybe your mobile phone, you've gotten a call. Hey, this call, I need to receive this call or give a text message. By the time you realize your mind is off from the driving, and you could be, it will also cause accident. You've, in fact, seen that there's a pothole, and you try to dodge to the other lane, it also causes, because oncoming vehicle is coming before you realize, but wrong overtaking and then speeding. When you overspeed, there are road signs along the road where your speed limit, you don't go beyond certain speed, 50, and you go beyond that, you could also cause accidents.
Road safety is a shared responsibility. It's not only the role of the road agencies to reduce accident, but everybody, the road users themselves, have the obligation to obey traffic rules and regulations. Even if you build the best rules in the world, if people refuse to obey the rules and traffic rules and regulations, we will still come to square one.
If a crash would occur, it may be as a result of a system failure. And we sought to explain the system to include the road, the vehicle, the driver, road user. In some cases, we even include emergency services. Because a lot of times the accidents occur, but the aftermath, attempts to rescue victims. Either we don't get there in good time, or those that get there in good time are not knowledgeable and in the bid to help others lose their lives. So emergency services is quite also another important part of our discussion. Except to say that our focus, significant share of our focus is on the before. I mean, what can we do to prevent the crash from occurring? Okay. But if it does occur, what sort of systems do we have in place to be able to arrive at the scene of the incident or accident in good time and provide quality rescue mission?
Experts in the automobile engineering share some vital information on road accidents.
The car is designed in such a way that there should be what? Maintenance culture and repair culture, but we don't fuse it. If you go by the manufacturer specification, they have the normal maintenance culture depending upon their what? The service interval. But when you come to repair, that is quite different. That one, a manufacturer will state that at 25 kilometers, replace this. That one you cannot do anything. Because if you go to the various motor firms, this one, such as Toyota, Mechanical Lloyd, Japan Motors, they have a service chart. It is this one, they don't keep it secretly. It is mounted openly so that the users can know when and where to replace or to adjust in order to keep the vehicle for a longer usage.
What we need to do now as a nation is to embark on aggressive education of our drivers, of our mechanics, of our vulcanizers, because a lot of the accidents are coming from there. You see, they don't know. They see the tires looking new, so we can use it, and then anything goes. So we need to educate them on how to detect whether the tire is expired, or how people are mixing what do you call it, Frytol with brake fluid. We'll tell you the implications, and we will show you how to detect all those things. In your own small way, if you are doing this, you will help the country and you prevent accidents. So that's my advice to the mechanics, both formal and informal sector. Most of the vehicles now are very complicated. They come with sensors. You see, it's no more those days that mechanic cars, it's sensors, computers. So if you don't know how to work on them, you end up catching the wires and then destroying the vehicle.
The Road Safety Act 2012 is against drink driving, but some drivers do otherwise, as seen in this secret recording.
some of our drivers also indulge in certain things like, drinking alcohol before they go and drive. They think that, when they take the alcohol, you are strong. But no, alcohol will influence your judgment. You think that, oh, you are strong, or, you have the morale. But with a least mistake, you can cause accidents. So make sure you don't take alcohol, make sure you don't take drugs.
And even drivers who would go on long journeys, if they think they keep awake. They can stay awake and work longer hours. They put the concoction, the tramadol and things in energy rush, the rush drink and drink. We know all that because we are on the ground. We go and work with them and they volunteer and tell us all this when you tell them the dangers involved. So we also partner road safety a lot in their public awareness creation, because we know that there's a tendency of drug use in driving that causes the accidents. These will impair their judgment and their alertness, so it can affect the driving.
One of the major related factors to road accident is overloading, and drivers of these vehicles often flout road safety regulations.
Not overloading to 0%, and that is making sure that all transit tracks, cargoes that is accessing our pavements, that is our road infrastructure, shouldn't overload, so that the lifespan of the road designed will fall within the number of years it was designed for. Now, from the LI, the maximum allowable height is 4.5 meters. From the pavement structure, if I say pavement structure, that is the road, to the underneath of a footbridge, the allowable permissible height is 5 meters. The allowable length of every track should be 18 meters. That's the maximum length of a cargo track.
The footbridge or the bridge on the Ashaiman stretch, in less than a month, when we have spent so much money to fix this, another heavy duty vehicle ran into it again. There are height issues, there are weight issues, and this is where our weighbridge facility or weighbridge systems come in. But what do we see? People are so indisciplined, especially those who carry heavy duty from beyond the borders of Aflao into this country. They overload their vehicles and destroy our road assets.
Investigations reveal that some drivers and mechanics mix brake fluid with water, while others too use cooking oil in repairing vehicles. However, this practice is frowned upon by international standards.
Basically, brake fluid is a medium that is used in the braking system that transmits the force. When the driver applies a brake, the force passes through the braking system and then it stops the wheel. And we have certain chemicals and additives put it together, specific ones. So if water gets into that system, or if somebody puts Frytol there, then it means that you are tampering with the composition of the braking system. And for that matter, the braking force that is supposed to be generated in that process cannot be generated. So it is very dangerous if somebody puts water or Frytol and mix it with the normal brake fluid that we have. I bet you it can cause very serious accidents. It's very dangerous.
We detected that the substance in the brake fluid chamber, instead of it to be brake fluid, it had been contaminated with a substance that we suppose is supposed to be what? Frytol. In order for us to rectify or to come out with a vivid description of what we suggested, we had a brake fluid efficiency test machine, of which we have one in our department. So we place the contaminated fluid in the system, then later we poured a new one, of which the result came out through this our brake fluid efficiency test rig, because there will be a loss of retardation. Instead of the vehicle to stop at what you are required, there will be a loss of retardation, which can cause damage to the pedestrians, then the general public at large.
A vehicle manufacturer's document shows that vehicles are equipped with 4 brakes to provide ultimate safety on the roads. But our checks shows most drivers of commercial vehicles have disconnected 2 of their brakes, posing danger on the roads.
Aduma nana miya minimum of everybody break no ya konda me chire no miye ni nyina fi ana ni mu na ye aduma.
So if you disconnect the 2 and say you are running at a certain speed and you have to stop within a short distance and you apply the brakes, because the 2 brakes at the back are disconnected, the vehicle will not stop as and when you are supposed to stop. When that happens, then you're going to cause an accident. So we have to make sure that all the 4 brakes are working effectively on the vehicle if we want to avoid accidents.
Worn-out tires affect the performance of vehicles.
You can't use just any tires for your vehicle. You can't use any tires. One thing about used tires is that, you see, they have expiry dates. Every tire manufactured has a date. It's a 4-digit, 4-digit code, okay? Let's say 2342. 21 means the 21st week of the year 2012. That was manufactured in the 21st week of the year 2012. Now, so if you know the date of manufacture, then you can see. So if you get any tire, used tire in town, you can check, okay, this tire is manufactured in 2012. So just imagine using a 10-year-old tire on your car. It may look new, okay, but you know, some of the properties are already expired.
We have something on the tires we call the direction of rotating, right? The direction of rotation. The manufacturer has designed it in such a way that when the organizers are fixing a tire to the rim, there should be a direction of rotation. When you turn it the other way around, it is going to have effect on its speed, which will finally cause increase in fuel consumption.
Auto mechanics say each vehicle has a prescribed engine oil for use by the manufacturer. Engine oil grade is in the form of an alphanumeric code and are used for specific driving conditions.
You are supposed to use a fully synthetic engine oil. Either it is SAE 0 to so and so, but rather you change it. It is going to reduce its efficiency. When we go by the technically, right? And let's say in our normal day-to-day, you say you are going to cause havoc to the mechanical components.
Smoke from vehicle exhaust pipe is considered as air pollution, while experts say it has negative impact on human health and the environment.
The fuel, the petrol, the diesel that goes into the vehicle has to be burnt. You see, when it's burning, we generate the necessary force for the vehicle to move, basically. Now, as a result of burning, smokes are generated. Some of these smokes are bad. Basically, if the engine is working perfectly, you don't see much smoke coming in. But if you see that a lot of smokes are coming in, that it means that the engine has a problem, okay? Now, what are the components of these exhaust emissions? We have carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, water. Carbon monoxide is very, very dangerous. If you inhale carbon monoxide into your body, I mean, it can kill you. If you have a garage and you close the garage and you are running your engine in that garage, within a few minutes, you can die, because in the garage, in that environment, we have a lot of this carbon monoxide which can kill you. Now, other ones like nitrous oxide also have very dangerous environmental consequences, because when it rains, they form into acid, and that can damage our crops. It can also damage our our soil.
Vision is crucial to driving. As much as 90% of the information you need while driving is gathered through your eyes. Poor eyesight is a major risk factor for road traffic injuries.
Now we've accredited some of the eye clinics professionally, optometrists and optometrists to undertake the eye test, so that if there are some defects on the eye, they could advise the applicant either to wear lens or maybe some medications that will correct the sight. Then we can renew. And those who don't have license, we urge them, encourage them that they should walk to DVLA offices and get the license, so that they don't drive when they see the police, then they are panic. You see, trying to dodge, trying to speed up where they don't have, it will also cause accidents.
Are digital advertising billboards distraction to drivers?
The advertising companies, they mount their billboards, and I mean, some of these things raise a lot of road safety concerns as well. For expansion purposes is the reason for which we secure the corridor, we secure the reservation, so that tomorrow, when we realize that there is the need to widen the road, we don't have to now go about pulling down structures.
In a bid to ensure that road accidents are minimized, it is important for both the government and other stakeholders involved in the transport sector to take a critical look at all the causative factors of accidents on our roads.
If the street lights are not working properly, if the traffic lights are not working properly, if the traffic signs are not working properly, if the road markings are not adhered to, if you don't obey what the road markings tell us, then you are likely to get involved in an accident, because they are there to guide us to prevent accidents. But the government has a big role to play in the maintenance of these signals. For example, the Department of Urban Roads, the Ghana Highways Authority, Department of Federal Roads, they have to ensure that these systems, we call them control systems, they work properly. Enforcement has got to do with the police service, that is the MTTD. They have a very big role to play when it comes to, because humans as we are, if you leave human beings, they can do anything they want to do. But if you have to make sure, the police have to make sure that they enforce their rules and regulations, guiding the use of the road system.
The Motor Third Party Act 1958 stipulates that all vehicles must be covered for unlimited bodily injury and death compensation to third parties, such as fare-paying passengers and pedestrians. But many victims do not benefit from car insurance.
And I think the essence of that legal requirement is to ensure that in the unfortunate event of an accident, victims of that accident get compensated. So people who get injured will have their medical bills settled. People who get their property damaged will get their property restored through the insurance. And even those who unfortunately lose their lives will get their dependents receiving some form of compensation. every occupant of every vehicle on the road, every pedestrian walking by the road is a breadwinner or a potential breadwinner. Yes, as insurers, we would always step in to pay some compensation, but no amount of money can bring back a life.
Many breadwinners have perished, while others have been maimed through road accidents, with their dependents struggling to survive. Road accidents occur almost every week, and road safety advocates say it's time to ensure that traffic regulations are enforced to reduce the menace. Kwaku Bolton reporting.